So let's get into it. Hello, Week to Warrior. Just a quick little health update. I have been doing carnivore, and then as I've been doing carnivore, I've had this thing always happens where recently, for a variety of reasons I can get into, I think having to do with gut dysbiosis, plastic, toxicity, a whole bunch of shit. But basically, longer term on carnivore, a few days, start getting really hungry, my gut just starts going. It's just the cravings that won't end. It's you can sit through them, but it's I've just been drinking lots of green tea, and it's been making me poop out more random stuff that is not random stuff, but this gunky black stuff that doesn't look like it should be in there. I feel way better, and then my cravings go away. So right now I'm fasting and drinking green tea, probably another steak tonight, maybe keep fasting, maybe eat steak tomorrow. But I want to stay on the carnivore keto train because I feel like the cravings and problems that have made me deviate from it, at least of late, because I was on it for 2.5 years, are all related to gut bacteria issues. So I'm starving off that gut bacteria, getting all the BPA and everything out of my system, drinking energy drinks. There's cans, the cans, they have plastic in them. They're not just metal. So yeah, I don't know, they're bad. So even if just aluminum, plastics, all this stuff is very bad. But to the topic of the video, it's an excellent, very happy video. Why I'll just call it the Myth of Scarcity. That's a cooler one. The Myth of Scarcity. Ooh, and maybe I'll tell you the Myth of Scarcity. I'll make it up on the spot. The Myth of Scarcity. And I'll make a note to myself that the video after this will be the purpose of companies. Etc. Okay, so that's next. Stay tuned. Okay. So, the myth of scarcity. So the reason scarcity is a myth is because it's founded, so this idea of scarcity, I'll tell you the myth of scarcity. The myth of scarcity, long ago in the before times, people were all starving in the woods, stabbing each other with broken sticks because they didn't even have functional whole sticks. They just had broken sticks. They're stabbing each other with broken sticks. And then one person created a stick that wasn't broken. No. One person found resources. He found a shovel. He found all this stuff. And he used all this stuff to build civilization. He hoarded all this stuff up. And he's got to constantly look out for his stuff, because if he doesn't look out for his stuff, people are just going to take all his stuff, and there's too many people and people all need stuff and there's a limited amount of stuff, so we got to keep the stuff for us, because if they take the stuff then there's less stuff for me. That's kind of the myth of scarcity. It's if he has more then there's less for me. It's a myth. It's not true. I'll explain why. So the reason the myth of scarcity isn't true is kind of contained in the story, the little silly story I just made up. It's contained within the story. The dude just found a shovel. You don't find shovels. People make shovels. So the things of value aren't inherent in nature. They are the product of nature mixed with the genius of man. So really, what are natural resources? What are resources? Let's say, what are resources? And this stuff is really useful if you want to make a lot of money. You have to understand how resources work, because if you think the way normal people think about resources, you'll get normal people results with resources. So resources. So here we have natural and mental. So I will now list resources that are either entirely mental or entirely natural. Okay. So this is the problem. every resource is really the combination of oil, brain plus fire. Fire is subset of knowledge and experience. Brain plus fire plus oil equals pretty much just a bigger fire, unless you have like millions and millions of people to, let's go through this. Let's actually go through what you need to make oil. Everyone's like, ooh, oil's a resource. Well, what do you need to make oil valuable? Let's go through this. What actually makes oil valuable? What does? What makes oil valuable? Because if you're just a bunch of people on an island without like industrial technology and millions of people to support that industrial technology, then oil is just some weird smelling black stuff in the ground that bothers you sometimes. You know, like, what's the point of oil? You burn it. Ooh, we're burning the oil. It's cool, you can burn it and stuff, but it makes your food taste like poop. So like, you're not gonna eat it. I mean, it's way less good smelling than wood smoke. So you're just like, what is this? Dunk our enemies in it and set them on fire? Like, I don't know. What's the value of oil without, let's say this, okay. Value, and this is just how I'm dismantling the myth of scarcity. Like, this is really like, let's look at what a natural resource is, guys. Like, this is I'm just going into deep stuff on this YouTube channel. So if you want to like educate yourself and succeed and understand like just everything. So let's get into like how the world works. This is just how reality functions. When you understand this, you can make lots of money, get in really good health, marry a beautiful woman, have children, build functional family structures, because you understand how resources work. And if you understand how resources work, people will just come to you and just work for you for free, because you can actually tell them what to do in a way that's productive. It's very useful. Value of oil. So now let's do value of oil. Yeah, let's just do value of oil, small p, big P. This is like, I'm just dismantling the concept of scarcity right now. I'm gonna kill it. This is dead. So look, so if scarcity is true, then it would be better to have oil in a small population than in a large population, because in the large population, you have to divvy up the benefit of the resource among more people. Like if I have a steak and I just got to split it with me and you, whatever. But if I got a steak and I got to split with 100 people, there's less steak. There's less value I'm getting from the steak. So in which society do you get more value for your resource? Because that's what we care about. We don't just care about having more than people. We care about how much value. Like, I don't care if everyone has a steak if I have more steak. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather have everyone have a pound of steak than me split a pound of steak with another dude. Even though he and I still have relatively more steak than everyone else, if we can increase the quantity, let's just go with the example. So oil, value of oil. Comment below. Let me know if you're following me on this stuff, because like I just want to understand the level of intellect I'm working with this audience. I'm just gonna keep putting out high intellectual content, because long term I will benefit more by being more intellectual, or not intellectual per se, because I think intellectual is overused. I think it's stupid. I mean, I don't even consider myself an intellectual. I would say someone who cultivates and values his intelligence as a resource. I also cultivate and value my body as a resource, so I'm not intellectual, because they're all like skinny-necked, skinny people. I went to Harvard and I know things. I don't want to lift that 5 pound weight. It would make me stupid. I don't know, they're just, I don't know, like I've met one of these. There's the people who aren't like that, but the people who are like that, you have problems. You got problems. I don't care though, I'm not the one suffering from those problems, you are, but. Value of oil. In a small population, what's the value of oil? Set people on fire. Bad smelling smoke. Hard to transport. I think the liquid, I mean, like, wood is much easier to transport. Hard to transport. Yes, that's the value of oil. Small population, yeah. Value of oil in a big population. Worldwide shipping in 3 days. That's just number 1. Where's your scarcity now? Really? You need millions and millions of people to support all the economies and diversities of thinking that produce the, we build cars using math. Math is Arab. How many people had to live and die to produce the right kind of squiggly stoops to make math that makes cars? I'm speaking in English. I didn't invent the English language. That's a phone. It came from China. Where's the scarcity? The more people we have, the more, we keep being able to feed them. People are starving to death less. There are more trees now. We could use resources more efficiently because I can say, oh, hey, So first of all, using oil for worldwide shipping created the modern world of cell phones. I'm just going to stop drawing right now because this is too much stuff to encapsulate in just squiggles on a board. So population surplus leads to specialization, leads to new ideas. So right now, I'm speaking to you guys on an iPhone. The iPhone was created by specialists. I am a health specialist. I am reaching you via these things I did not create. I will now help you be healthy, help you sleep. Webinar. If you have trouble sleeping, if you have insomnia or sleep problems, get in the webinar. I had insomnia for 19 years, the worst insomnia I've ever encountered, and I've coached insomnia for 5 years. I think I may have had the worst insomnia of anyone alive on earth. And because of this, I spent 10 years or more studying in a crazy person, insomnia, so I could just figure out how to sleep so I didn't die. And I think that I am the expert on insomnia. I would challenge anyone on earth to get better results with insomniacs than me. Get in the webinar. I'm giving it all away for free. I'm telling you guys how to do it. Telling you guys how to sleep. If you like the webinar, you like what I'm doing, then you can join the community I'm building. I have a membership site with all the information you need, 100 hours of 20 hours. It's going to be more hours. I'm going to keep putting out content on the membership site, like master classes, but I'm thinking 20 hours probably right now at the time of filming, but huge course, great course on the membership site, Discord group, community, building community, recruiting for the company from the community, building a whole cult-like following with the YouTube channel, looking to start my own country eventually, get just all the people who are interested in health, fitness, high performance, making use of our brains, cultivating our minds and bodies. The society that separates its warriors from its thinkers will have its fighting done by idiots and its thinking done by cowards. If you like this stuff, come check out the webinar. I talk a little more about it at the end. Have some offers, super expensive offers if you really want to say thank you. Then a small percentage of people can buy those. That keeps me going, keeps me in funding basically. But yeah, come to the webinar. It's going to be the coolest thing. Get in this insomnia webinar. Get in. Down below, registration, weektowarrior.org/insomnia. So back to resources. But yeah, the way I'm able to create that, and then even the packages at the end, I literally one of the things I do in the webinar is I tell you this is all the stuff you need to live the lifestyle that basically I live that cures my insomnia, which is the worst insomnia. and the Insomnia, the people I've worked with who've been the most successful. Like, this is how to recreate this lifestyle, community, everything. And like, there's like a $997 package where I just give you like all the cookware you need, everything. I make like no profit on it. I mean, literally like all the money like I make, it just covers the ad spend basically. So you just get for free, because it doesn't even include the membership site. So I don't even make money on the membership site unless you stay for longer than a year. Yeah, I'm literally just giving this all away because I know you'll find value in it. I know you'll stay longer than a year. Thus, I build my community. We all work together in the community. I mean, I already have like my brother and stuff. We work together and like be able to recruit more people in the future. So, but even the community, I already have like a community of people. We all share health advice. So that's another real value. More people, more perspectives. Even me, I'm another person, another health perspective you get via the internet because of an increased population. So here we create this community and then we all benefit from each other. And now we have increased our own collective wealth simply by working together. It's all awesome. But back to specialization and back to why finite resources. Where was I? I was like, sleep, enable me to... I mean, just look at the world though. Like this idea of like overpopulation, it just exists in cities because you're in a city. People keep moving there. So you're like, oh my God, it's overpopulated. It's not. You're just in a city. Like, go out of the city. It's not overpopulated. There's plenty of space. There's more food now than ever. Poor people are fat. It's a beautiful thing, guys. Like, there isn't this scarcity that people talk about. There's really like a lot of abundance in this world. And the abundance is created by humans working together. Like tungsten mines and like all these like mines mining rare earth minerals to make the batteries. Like, we couldn't make a phone unless we had a population of like 5 billion people, I'm guessing. Like, you need a large population to support the level of specialization required to have the global trade that creates these devices that allows for more transmission of information, which makes everyone more rich. I literally, like, I have a phone, I sell stuff on eBay. All this stuff I was selling on eBay wouldn't be in the economy and in circulation if I didn't have the phone. So now, because I have a phone, you're all richer. Again, all my wealth and information that I spent over a decade collecting, you can now benefit from because we both have phones. It's crazy, like hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars of information I can give you for free over a webinar because technology has made it possible for me to create a company around this. This didn't exist 20 years ago. I learned how to do this from a dude who like built a company around marketing online that he could only do because people had built the internet. So that he could educate me on how to make money so I can make money. And then there's going to be entire new industries that come up all around servicing, like for instance, like me, like I'm going to be one of the new rich. So I'm going to want all these different services. Companies will come up to service those needs. There's a lot of people like me. And then those people who are servicing us will also become rich. And it's just like, why is everyone becoming wealthier? It's not a pyramid scheme. It's the fact that oil is only valuable if you have a large enough population and a large enough pool of creativity and free trade and free exchange of ideas to create the ideas that spark the internal combustion engine, that all these things, for oil refinement. We can now get oil out of shale. There isn't even a limited amount of oil because we can get more oil through creativity. So really, the only limit to our resources is our own human imagination, our ability to use them. It's crazy, guys. Think. It's how you think and grow rich. I mean, that's an amazing book, kind of about this, actually. The Mind of Man, guys. This was just like what was this? This is some curtain. This is like glass out of the blizzard crawling around. This is just oil. Someone used oil and made it into a marker that I can now use to educate people. The mind of man, guys, that's what makes things valuable or not. Ultimately, I have a bunch of waste strippings from the air fryer. I take a little time, refine it, and now I have pure beef tallow I used to make French fries. I took this waste product and I made it into like 20 to $40 worth of beef tallow with just like some menthol tartuffery. But to do that, I needed pots and pans that were made with metal. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just, we work together. Human beings, we work together inadvertently. We make each other better simply by existing. Scarcity is a myth. Like, share, comment, subscribe for more.